Hello vinyl community, this is Tommy in North Carolina, and I kind of hinted at this a while back and I wanted to go ahead and do it. This is my very first vinyl community contest, and so I've given it a lot of thought about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to run it. First off, let me just say that this contest is open to anybody and everyone all around the world. I want to get a feel for who all watches the channel, but I wanted to tie this in with my other channel, Daily Records. Now, if you haven't seen Daily Records, there is a link up above in my description box up there, and I'll put a link down below for the description in this video. But every day this year in 2018, I've done a different record every day on Daily Records. It's a short 4 to 5 minute review of the album, an overview of when it came out, and just, you know, pertinent information, as well as just some of my personal thoughts about those records. And it ranges from everything comedy to jazz to rock. I mean, everything is on there, and I try to cover a lot of things. But here lately on the channel, and for those of you that have been faithfully watching, thank you very much, Tim Allen, James Griffiths. I know you guys have been tuning into Daily Records because I get comments, and I really do appreciate that. But the last few weeks, what I've done is taken like some themes and run with it. And so I wanted to tie my contest in with that. Now I thought, in order to be eligible for the contest, you ought to be subscribed, because that channel really doesn't have a lot of subscribers. I don't care. You know, I just want, either way, respond to this video with your own. Let me know, and I will enter you in. There's no bonus or anything like that. You know, there's no gimmicks to it. Just tell me what you think. But please do go check out Daily Records and tell me what you think. And so what I thought to do for my first VC contest is a Byrds, the band the Byrds. And what I'm going to do for the next few weeks over there, I am going to be talking about different Byrds albums. Every day a Daily Record is going to be Byrds related. And so I wanted to tie it in with this channel. Now, first off, let me say what you guys are going to get. I'm giving away, I've got an extra copy of this, of the David Crosby solo album, If I Could Only Remember My Name. It's not a perfect pressing, but it is a Monarch pressing. I don't know if you guys can see that on there, the MO, but if not, it plays well. This was my own personal copy, but if you go back a few videos, I won a lot from an auction, an online auction, and so I've ended up with an extra copy of this, and I decided what better way than to offer it up as a prize. And there may be something else I may throw in there just for the fun of it, but this is the grand prize, the David Crosby solo album, which I know is a bit of a collector's item. So that's the prize. So I'm going to get to the questions that I'm going to ask for this, and so I hope you guys will respond. And I'll go ahead and say the contest cutoff. Let's go ahead and say it is going to be on June 15th. So June 15th, 2018 is the last day. So respond down below with a link to your video, and I will get everybody entered. And I'll probably just do a random drawing for the prize. But just give me the response down below. That's all you've got to do is just give me a response, and I'll enter you in, and you'll be eligible for a copy of If I Could Only Remember My Name with David Crosby. And so I came up with 5 questions, and here they are, and I'll go through them and I'll show them again so you can freeze it or whatever, and I'll put them down there. Everything will be there, so it'll be nice and clear for you guys. But it's all Byrds related because this is a Byrds contest. And so the first question that I have is, what is your favorite Byrds album? I'm a big fan of the Byrds, and it's hard to pick a favorite album, but I'm going to go with Untitled. This is a double record set. The first record is a live set, and the second record is studio recordings. Now, this is kind of a different album. This is post-Sweetheart of the Rodeo. This isn't the classic lineup of the Byrds with David Crosby and Gene Clark. This is a later incarnation of the Byrds, but I love this this group because you've got Roger McGuinn on this record, Skip Batton, and Gene Parsons, not related to Graham. and Clarence White, the guitarist. Now, the live recordings are really great because it's sort of a greatest hit. So you've got Roger's Jingle Jangle 12-string guitar that the Byrds were kind of known for, but Clarence White is an amazing country guitar picker, just incredible musician, and I love the way he offsets that. And so just in terms of a record to go to that I listen to, I go with Untitled, and today this is my favorite Byrds album. Now tomorrow it may be something completely different, but that's it for today, so I'm going to put that on there. Now the other one, the second question is, who could have been a member of the Byrds? And I'm going to cheat a little bit with this, because if you've ever watched the Monkees TV show, there's this great episode where at the beginning Michael Nesmith interviews Frank Zappa as each other. Go look the clip up. It's on YouTube. It's really funny. But at some point, Zappa as Nesmith points to Nesmith as Zappa. You get the idea, and says, I heard after you do the Monkees, you're going to go join the Byrds. And the more I think about it, the more I think, how interesting would that have been for this guy to be in the Byrds, particularly with the country rock leanings that he had. Why not? Perhaps the personalities between McGuinn and Nez, they're both type A kind of guys, would have clashed, but it would have been an interesting prospect to see somebody like Nesmith in the Byrds. So I picked him. But you give me your answer on that. What is your favorite post-Byrds album? Now this is a really hard one too, because there's a lot of what I would call post-Byrds albums. I mean, heck, there's even Byrds albums that probably could be considered post-Byrds albums. But I went with probably the obvious one here, Graham Parsons. He was only a Byrd for a few months. This is Grievous Angel. Great album, Cosmic American Music. Of course, Graham is a legend in his own right. This is a posthumous release. Came out after Graham died, and this will be featured on Daily Records in an upcoming issue or edition of it. So I'll talk a little more about that album, but possibly favorite post-Byrds album. Have you ever seen the Byrds or any solo-Byrds live? That would I know there was a touring version of the Byrds in the 90s that I don't think featured any Byrds, but have you ever seen Crosby or McGuinn or any of those guys? I have. A few years ago down in New Orleans, my friend Sean, hi Sean, we both had the pleasure of going to a concert with Roger McGuinn solo, and afterwards we did a little reception, and he was kind enough to sign my copy of Ballad of Easy Rider, one of my favorite Byrds albums as well. Yeah, this was my time of seeing Byrds related artists, solo-Byrd live. Really super cool guy, really friendly and warm, and chatted. And if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, it's TommyBurton75. You should be following me. I usually will post what I'm spinning, and a lot of times when I'm spinning my mono records, I have the hashtag Best in Mono. I got that from Roger McGuinn because Sean brought a copy of Younger Than Yesterday, a mono copy, for Roger to sign for him, and Roger just lit up and he's like, they sound better in mono. This was, early 2000s, 2003, 2004 when this happened. So this is before the big, sort of mono resurgence. So he went into great detail and he signed the record Best in Mono, Roger McGuinn, which I thought was hilarious. And so I use that hashtag just because I think it's pretty great. And so, yes, I have seen solo-Byrd, Roger McGuinn. And finally, the last question, name your favorite Byrds-inspired / related artist. And so I went with another one of my favorite bands that some may argue may not be Byrdsy at all, but I don't know. McGuinn and the Rickenbacker, Peter Buck and the Rickenbacker, particularly early records of REM, to me is very Byrdsy, jingle jangle, folk rock kind of stuff. This is REM's second album, Reckoning, and so I would say they're definitely a Byrds-inspired artist. So I will give it to them because they're one of my favorite bands, and I think they're Byrds-inspired. So there you go. The 5 questions that I'm asking for the contest. All you have to do is answer those questions in a video form and send them to me in the link down below. Check out Daily Records because for the next several days, week or so, I'm going to be talking about not those records in particular, but different Byrds and Byrds related. So we're just going to have a Byrds week between this and that. And don't forget the grand prize is the David Crosby. So I look forward to getting your responses. I've been overwhelmed. You know, I've got almost 400 subscribers in my first year, so I've roughly averaged 1 subscriber a day every day, and so that's really cool. And so all the friends I've made and everything that the vinyl community has done, I really am grateful for that. It's awesome. But I look forward to your videos. June 15th, 2018 is the cutoff. Give me the link down below in the comment section, and I'll check out your video. You'll be entered to win the grand prize, possibly some bonus stuff. I may dig up something else to throw in there, but you'll definitely get the David Crosby. Open to anybody and everybody who wants to enter. And if for some reason you don't want that record, or you already got it and you don't need another copy and you just want to play along, that's fine too. Just let me know that you don't want the record, and I'll kind of withdraw your name from the contest. And June 15th we'll have a winner, so that's awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to your Byrds taking flight. See you again very soon. Thanks.